how can we reduce contrails and other non-CO₂ emissions from flying? Scientists and aviation leaders, Airbus among them, are actively looking at ways to cut back on the emissions aircraft produce beyond just carbon dioxide. Some of the most promising approaches include using sustainable aviation fuels, SAF, developing hydrogen-powered aircraft for the future, and tweaking flight paths to avoid forming contrails. So, what are the most exciting projects in the works? Non-CO₂ emissions might actually contribute as much to aviation's overall climate impact as CO₂ does. Yet, unlike carbon emissions, these effects aren't currently regulated. That's why experts and players like Airbus are stepping up to explore solutions and push for change. A growing debate is underway about whether and how to regulate these emissions. It's becoming a hot topic in aviation policy circles, touching everything from climate goals and airline operations to how air traffic is managed, especially given limits on capacity and scheduling. So, what exactly are contrails and other non-CO₂ emissions, and why should we care? When planes burn jet fuel, they release CO₂, along with other byproducts. Under the right conditions, the water vapor and particles like soot combine and create those white streaks in the sky, contrails. Contrails usually trap heat in the atmosphere, adding to global warming. Interestingly, though, some can cool the planet slightly depending on how and where they form and how long they stick around. It's believed that a relatively small number of flights create the majority of the warming contrails. But the climate impact from these non-CO₂ emissions is complex and tricky to quantify. Scientists are still figuring out their long-term effects. So, what's the aviation industry doing about it? Right now, there are three main strategies to reduce these emissions: switching to cleaner fuels like SAF or hydrogen, improving propulsion technologies, and using smarter flight operations to avoid making contrails in the first place. Airbus is working with a wide range of partners, from researchers to policymakers, across about 20 projects aimed at addressing this challenge. Some are funded in-house, others have backing from partners or external groups. These projects fall into three big buckets. 1. Researching contrails and experimenting with greener fuels. Airbus has announced projects like Pacific and Crystal, both revealed at the Airbus Summit 2025. They're using aircraft like the A350 and A220 to test out different fuel mixes, including SAF and future hydrogen blends. 2. Operational changes to reduce contrail formation. This includes flight path optimization, like in the CICONIA project, which looks at forecasting weather conditions that lead to contrails and figuring out how flights can avoid them. Early findings suggest that if the right procedures are in place, many flights could be adjusted in real time without messing up traffic flow. 3. New propulsion tech, especially hydrogen-powered flight. Airbus and the German Aerospace Center, DLR, are running a program called Blue Condor, with results expected in late 2025. Out of 7 test flights, 4 created contrails using a hydrogen engine. The point was to compare these hydrogen-based contrails to those from traditional engines. Other innovations, like humidity sensors, are being tested too. They could help planes steer clear of contrail-friendly weather and feed better data into weather models. While tools like humidity sensors and climate models are still in early stages, Airbus and its partners are speeding up efforts to bring these innovations into regular flight operations. The whole topic of non-CO₂ emissions sparked a lively panel at the Airbus Summit 2025. Showing just how central this issue is becoming to aviation's future. Stay ahead in the skies. Subscribe for more aviation updates, airline news, and deep dives into the future of flying in style.